About a year ago, I would say maybe end of September and October a year ago, I moved to a position from over in Kettler to the Student Life and Leadership Office, and it had always been something in the back of my mind, but I was an academic advisor, and so that wasn't really a part of my duties to get involved with this kind of initiative. And so when I moved over here, I mentioned to some different people that my idea, and they said, well, I've often thought also about the need for this kind of food bank on our campus. And I basically said, well, let's put together a meeting and talk about it and see what we can do. And that's when our juices started flowing. We came up with some ideas and decided a food bank was something we wanted to definitely look into. And we also took a trip over to Ivy Tech. They have a food bank. And so we talked to them about their experience opening their food bank. We picked Thursdays 10 to 2 because it was a good complement to the hours they were open over there. So we can refer students to them, they can refer students to us as well. But theirs as well as ours is also open to the community too. And we liked a lot of their processes and procedures, including 15 items per visit, and making it open to the community in addition to students as well. So we got a lot of good information from Ivy Tech, and we also thought that might be a good partnership where we can maybe write grants together in the future too.
I am a human service major here, and I've always loved, honestly, anything like social service-y. And I've known hungry people, I've known food insecure people, and I think there's a great need for the food bank on campus, and I really wanted to be a part of the ground floor of it, creating it, and getting people what they need, which is food.
But it's the idea of having food security. It's that one less thing that we have to worry about across campus, whether it's someone who doesn't have money for food for the week, or if it's someone who forgot their wallet for the day. That's still something that can play a huge impact in someone's education on a long-term scale. So I think it plays a important factor in everyone's lives that it's one less thing that we need to stress about. It's one less thing that's on our shoulders. Because I mean, sometimes people think college students have everything easy, but it's not always the easiest thing to be a college student.
Well, because so many students are in need, and when you're hungry, as you know with the Maslow hierarchy of need, when you're hungry, you're not going to be learning a lot. You're not going to be spending your time and your money and your attention on the things that are important for a college student. You're not going to get engaged on campus. You're not going to be studying as much as you should. You may not even buy your books. Things like that. So we want students to be able to focus on their college experience as much as possible without worrying about food insecurity.
I have personally known a lot of food insecure students because that's the way life is in college. I mean, that's why we have food banks, that's why we have food pantries, and that we're part of the College and University Food Bank Alliance. That's why there's 350 across America. And then personally, I have been involved, without going into too much detail, but been involved in some high school girls' lives that deal with not being able to feed themselves. It's hard when you're younger. That's a totally different issue than what we're tackling here at IPFW Food Bank. But yeah, I definitely have been affected by that, and it breaks my heart. So anything I can do to prevent that, I will do.